December is always a tricky month to balance things, but I think as homeschoolers, we have an especially difficult or added stress to it all, because not only are we balancing just your regular December holiday life and your school stuff, but there are all those Christmas activities you see to add to your homeschool and the events in your homeschool groups locally. Welcome if you're new here. I'm Trisha, and I'm a homeschooling mom, 3 kiddos. One has graduated, 2 still at home. They're both in high school. So over 16 years of homeschooling, we've had a lot of successes and a lot of fails in December. And so today I thought we would chat about finding that sweet spot to balance out doing all the things you want to do so you can get through the season and have those magical moments, but without stressing and wanting to pull your hair out trying to do it all. So number 1, and these aren't really in any order of importance, but number 1 is don't go into the month planning to have some relaxed days without having an actual plan. Now, how you want to handle December, some people like to take off most of the month or only do the core subjects, only do 3 days a week of real school and then have time for the other stuff. But what you don't want to do is wind up on December 15th and realize you've only done a couple of days of school and then feeling like you need to scramble to fit it all in. So go into the month with a plan and intentionally choose what you're going to do and what you're not going to do so that you're not feeling that stress of feeling like you need to fit it all in when there's no time to fit it all in. If you want to stick to just the core subjects, or you want to go to a 4-day-a-week schedule, or whatever it is, make that plan now and make your adjustments. Throughout December and into January, sometimes even into February, we plan a 4.5 days a week schedule so that we have a little bit of time for those things. Now, my boys are older, like I said, they're both teenagers, so the cute activities of gingerbread building and caroling and such, those don't appeal to them anymore. But when they were younger, we even cut back more than that and pretty much only did math as our only requirement each day, and then filled in with whatever, the Christmas unit studies and all the Christmas books and all of those other things were how we would round out our day. Now, number 2, on that same vein, is do leave some white space in your days for spontaneity. Now, with high school kids, we do still have a requirement that we need to get done, right? We don't have that same flexibility as when they were younger. So for us, it means that in December or in November, we have added a little bit more and made our school days a little bit longer so that we've got a bit of that. And in January, even though I said we usually schedule for 4.5 days a week, those 4 days tend to be a little bit longer. So again, we still have that time to do the extra things, but we're not missing out on some of those requirements that we need to do as far as hours go with high schoolers. Number 3, don't forget to hop over to my blog. I've got all kinds of resources over there that are low pressure, low prep. You're not going to be leaving feeling like there's no Pinterest-worthy pressure over there. There's no Instagram pressure. I promise these are like easy resources to incorporate into your homeschool. For example, I've got Christmas Lego challenge cards, 1 little challenge each day for your kids. My boys are high school and they still like them. Frankly, they were just asking when we're going to get them out. I've got books and audiobooks and science ideas and language arts activities. And a lot of these ideas can easily be woven into your day. Put a pause on whatever subject you're doing and dive into some Christmas science activities or some different writing activities. Whatever age your kids are, these are really easy ways to keep your days going on routine, on your schedule, but still adding a little bit of seasonal fun. So I will have the link to my blog down there. Definitely go check it out and find yourself some fun resources. Number 4, If I were going to pick one that I would say is probably the most important, one is entering the month with a plan, but this one would be the next one. Remember that Christmas is for you too, Mama. Sometimes, and I'm speaking to myself as much as to anyone else, we feel all the pressure to do all of the things and make this magical season. And for some moms, they love that so much that it doesn't stress them. It doesn't add to their whatever. They love this. For some moms, we end up feeling like run down and that we have been forgotten because we've been so busy pouring ourselves into our families and into our friends and communities. But Christmas is for you too. Practically, for me, that looks like, you guys know I don't love reading out loud. So I don't plan, even when they were younger, I don't plan a big stack of Christmas books to read. We would always start with a few. When those were done, if I wanted, we would go back to the library and get a few more. And a few more. Or not. It also means that one of our favorite books is The Best Christmas Pageant Ever. I don't read it aloud. We have it on audiobook, and that is good. It also means that I make sure that I have time each week where I am really just choosing things for myself. A puzzle. I love the Emily Lex watercolor books because I would not consider myself having artistic skills at all, but her books are really easy to jump into without that. She gives great instructions. So that was something that I really enjoyed last year and I looked forward to this year. As I choose activities, when my kids were young and I would look at all the different unit studies and options, I chose ones after some trial and error that had the right amount of prep work and execution for me. Christmas is for you too, moms, and not just for the now, but when you are modeling that, you're also modeling for your kids what they should expect when they're older. And that's really important, I think. Number 5, don't set yourself up for failure. This goes back to some of what I was just talking about. Because when you choose that great, huge unit study that you saw, and then the execution and the prep don't match you, that's not great. Or when you find that 25 books of Christmas to read and you commit to that and you get all the books from the library, the bookstore, wherever, and then by day 5 you are ready to pull your hair out reading them, not great. Enter the month realistically. What are you actually going to be able to get done each day? What matches your calendar as far as all the other commitments that you have this month? Plan accordingly. And if you haven't gathered it from everything else I've said, number 6, do go into the month saying yes intentionally. Do not put all of the expectations on you and your homeschool and your home because there's someone else's expectations. Choose the things that work for you and your family. If that traditional caroling with your homeschool group or your church or wherever that you've done every year for the last 25 years doesn't work for you, say no. The family things. Especially with outside families, which is not something that we've ever really had to deal with since we're military and don't live in your family. But what are those expectations that aren't things that are what you want to do? It is okay to say yes intentionally and say no to things. Just because you've always done it doesn't mean that you have to choose it this year. Mamas, I really just want you to enjoy this month for yourself, for your home, for your homeschool. Do it with intentionality. choose the things that are going to work for you and your home and let the rest fall away. It really is okay.